Welcome back to another episode of the Leicester City Women's Wrap-Up Show. Another week, another special episode. As I say every episode, we always have a special guest, and I just love that about us. Like, this club is so open with us, and we're so thankful for everything. But James is with us. James, how are you today?
Yeah, good. Thanks. Been looking forward to this one for a while, but you're probably a bit more excited.
Yeah, just throw me under the bus.
Right away.
Yeah, so James is right. I know people tend to see that I post a lot of Lavelle propaganda, but we have Kirstie Levell joining us. Kirstie, how are you today?
I am great, thank you, and I've been looking forward to getting on the show and answering the questions as well and getting to know you, really. Yeah, from across the world, yeah.
I know it's weird. Like even when Sam was on here a couple of weeks ago, she was like, "You have to get out here." I'm like, "I know, I know." So
I
hopefully
know, don't we?
soon. I'm hoping. It's starting to like eat at me because I like after the Villa game, I was like, "Damn, like I wish I were there." You know,
Mm-hmm.
like every game I watch, I'm like, "Oh," but one day.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of getting into things right away. I kind of want to start off because you have a dog, and we
Mm-hmm.
love dogs on this show. We always talk about Lydia's dog Baxter. But you have a Pomeranian, right?
Yes, I do.
So I'm also a Pom mom. So
Yeah,
I love the Pomeranians.
want to know, or what do I need to know actually about them? Yeah.
I think like they're so feisty, but you have to
Mm-hmm.
love them.
She is actually my daughter. Like I always, but like if I had to choose between a lot of people or Nala, you know, when you make little silly scenarios, like if a man was chasing you and you had to give yourself up or your dog, I'd be like, I'd give myself up because I want her
Yeah.
to live. Sounds so bad, but honestly, like I love that little dog. Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel about my dog. Like she's a tiny, tiny Pomeranian. I think she's like 2.5 pounds. And her name's
Mm-hmm.
Bug, and I would die for her. Like absolutely.
Yours is definitely smaller than mine. Like, I think I've been sold. You know, when someone buys like a micro pig and it turns into like a full on pig. I bought Nala. She was called BB. She was tiny, and then all of a sudden it's just grew and grew and grew. And she must weigh about, I reckon, a good 8 kg. And now I don't know if that's her diet or she's at full adult growth now. But either way, I think I've been had off really. Yeah, but I
How
love
old
her
is
just.
she?
And she's 3.5.
Oh yeah. So she must be like fully grown.
Yeah, fully grown now, but definitely bigger than yours.
And I think I've seen. Do you like get her puppuccinos from Starbucks?
No, I've never been, you know. I get like ice cream and that in the
Oh, that's
summer,
what it is.
things like that. Honestly, everything like ham's a favourite thing. Yeah. Ham.
Ham.
Ham or chicken. You say chicken and her head like swings around like death. Yeah.
I take
And
my dogs through drive-throughs, and she knows now because I get her those puppuccinos. And anytime I go through a drive-through, she's in my lap and like standing on like the window, like, "Okay, I'm ready for whatever you've gotten me." So I have to get her something every time I go through a drive-through now.
oh, that's so cute, isn't it?
James, do you have a dog?
Two sausage dogs,
Oh,
Oh,
very
Tash,
small,
sorry, go on, James.
very small. Like to bark at grass, and wood usually.
We Tash in our team has a sausage dog called Frankie, and Nala and Frankie met one time and they just didn't get on. It was so sad because like we could have turned so many off days into dog walks, but Tash is adamant that her dog's the best behaved. I'm adamant that mine is, and I blame Frankie. It's all Frankie. Yeah.
I think you guys have to have like a training day where everyone just brings in their dogs.
Yes. And I'm
Absolutely.
so happy as well that Lydia brings Baxter in and things like that. Like that, I mean, if I was manager of a team, that's definitely the type of thing I'd be signing up for to make sure I can have my dog there with me.
And they set her up with like full out merch too for her dog.
Yes, I know.
You're like, I'm waiting for some too for for
Yeah.
mine.
Banana.
You got to get on that. But how does that? You've got her coming in, and she brings Baxter, like you said. What is the atmosphere like at training, especially with like it seems fairly like laid back with a dog around, you know, like that's like that comfort thing in a way.
Yeah, I mean, that's just part of something that she signed up with, and you don't get really many managers that want to bring the dog to work, sort of thing. And I think, yeah, I think it's nice to have him there. And when Lydia first signed, we'd all kind of go in after training and look for Baxter and just check on him and stuff. But we know now the video analysis team, they sort of look after him, and then he goes on walks and stuff around the training ground early morning and night time. So yeah, I think he's living his best life.
Random question, Kirsty. Have you got a rabbit?
I used to. So basically, when I moved out of my family home, the rabbit kind of had to go to another home just because my mum didn't really like have time to look after him. So yeah, I miss Little Roo. That was his name.
Yeah, I was watching some of your Everton interviews, and Roo kept coming up.
Oh yeah, long live Roo. He's in a good place as well. Actually, he's sold to a girl that I knew from high school, and she's looks after like horses and stuff. So yeah, Roo's in a nice place with other animals now, and yeah, she sends me pictures now and again. But he's looking good.
That's good.
That's really sweet. So just kind of learning about you a bit, I think a question you're probably asked all the time as a goalkeeper is, why did you decide to become a goalkeeper? Because when I played, I refused to go in net. I was like, you guys don't want me to, I'll concede everything. But really, I was just terrified of the ball. So what made you decide that you wanted to do that?
I think it was just down to, I used to be a striker for a boys team, and then he got injured and I tried in goal, and I realised like quite quickly that I really did hate running around and chasing the ball and stuff. So I used to go to park with my dad, and he used to just like smash balls at me in goal, but there was like no holding back from him, sort of thing. So I don't know, I feel like I just realised that I really liked balls getting smashed at me, sort of thing, and it kind of that's where everything progressed from. And then yeah, I mean, still to this day, I'll say that the main reason was probably just because I like the thrill of saving goals and not running as much. That's the two reasons, really.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I
mean,
mean,
not everyone likes playing in goal, do they?
no, I'm one of them. No. But you being a striker makes sense now with that goal that you had in training, because that was a strike if I've ever seen one.
It's quite funny, really, because when we play small-sided, no, the goalkeepers aren't allowed to shoot. And just this one day, I swear I heard that the goalies were allowed to shoot, so I done it. And I think there was a few annoyed people, but I'm always going to post that and put that up. But yeah, the other team were a bit annoyed.
It just looked like it was so unexpected. Like you could see everyone just kind of stop and like look at each other as to be like, what just happened?
Some people say I didn't mean it, but I know I meant to put it there. So yeah.
I think it was, I know in the video it looked like it was one of the staff was celebrating, and I'm guessing it was Tony, because he was like the only one like celebrating, and I was like, that has to be that goalkeeper union.
Yeah, that was my goalie coach celebrating on the side. But Soph Harris in the other end wasn't too happy, because when she shoots on days and scores or whatever, they get disallowed. So yeah, that's my goal. Yeah.
And so you said that her goals are usually disallowed. Was yours not disallowed? They let it slide?
You know what? It was half. So I think some of the staff were saying, "Oh, we'll give it." Some were saying no, and then yeah, just kind of went off that day. Really, any other day that would have been disallowed. Yeah.
I think this season, Kirsty, for you, it's just been like before you got injured, was just like a highlight reel. There's been some amazing games. Me and Hannah often talk about the Chelsea match as
Yeah.
one of them. What was your reaction when you made that save from Sam Kerr's header? It was unbelievable.
That was just probably my favourite save, to be honest. Like, I always said I couldn't wait to be back in the WSL, and where you get like sort of the recognition that many players deserve, but also it had been 2-3 years since I got to actually be starting a lot of games again, and for them to like be posting that everywhere was just a nice feeling. But also, we know that Chelsea have got a wide variety of players that can score, but yeah, it was just really nice to save that and try and keep as many out as we could, and we nearly done it, didn't we, till like the 90th whatever minute, and then yeah, we were gutted that day, but it was really good, yeah.
Is that probably your save of the season so far?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that is up there. I'm trying to think what else. I think that hopefully when I can return and things like that, I can kind of take off where I left off, and don't know, maybe make many more saves like that. Yeah, but I'd say it was between that game and maybe the Tottenham game at home at the King Power. Really enjoyed them games. And to be honest, you guys probably look at it and think, God, she's got so much to do. Like, how can you enjoy them type of games? But they're the best ones, definitely.
That's
I think it's...
interesting.
Sorry, Hannah.
No, go ahead, James. I was just gonna say that's interesting because I feel like I personally think like, oh, when I'm watching a game, like, oh, goalkeeper's probably enjoying not having to do too much work and stuff like that. But then you're saying like, oh, I love it. So that's really interesting to hear.
I mean, sometimes I think we played Man United. I think that felt like that sort of turned into a shooting practice. Just kept coming wave after wave, and I don't know. I just kept getting more excited, and I was honestly like, yeah, really excited. But I think games where you don't have much to do, they're more of a test of your concentration and psychological. So other ones are more a test of like your physical and just getting to test yourselves in different ways, and yeah, really good.
Yeah, I think when you're at work, you want to be busy. Like you say, your concentration levels can drop when you're not being busy at all. And as a goalkeeper, that's probably the most important part of the pitch, where you have to have full concentration all the time. So yeah, I can understand totally where you're coming from that. But yeah, there's been some great games. Me and Hannah always talk about them. Even last season, Kirsty, I think we gave you man of the match most games because you're outstanding in the championship as well. And although you got injured, I personally thought you were knocking on the England door. Surely that's got to be an aspiration once you get back out there.
So I want to touch on that really. I see a lot of fans and people like making that type of comment on Twitter, but I obviously would never cancel that type of thing out. But my mum is actually Scottish, and my main aspiration is actually to get into the Scotland senior team as of now. I obviously complete as many England things like that, but I'm more than happy to sort of go down the route of Scotland, to be honest.
Wow, that's like really. I love hearing about players saying like, you know, I want to take this route because I have like this family member with this passion. Like we saw it with Ash and we see it with PBG and everyone. And I remember, I think it was on Sophie Howard's Instagram story last season. She posted a picture and you were in it, and it was at a Scotland camp. And I remember like looking and being like, hang on, like, are we supposed to know this?
I think at the time the nationality hadn't really gone through, so or the change hadn't been made, so I wasn't really able to post anything. I remember Scotland sort of like taking training pictures, and I have a few, but obviously wasn't able to post them. So I was gutted about that, because when it's your first camp, you kind of like you do want to get it out there, don't you? But at the same time, I had to hold that back, and yeah, I think just quite unfortunate timing. That then they got a new manager in and things like that, and obviously things change, and then got me injury. So Yeah, I think as soon as I can be back, I'll have a few goals in terms of trying to get into Scotland squad, things like that. Yeah, definitely.
I think Scotland will be proud to have you there, having seen you this season and last season. And like Hannah says, it's great to see you girls going in that different direction. I think Hannah Kane's another one with the Wales team. And I think it's great to see, if I'm honest.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. I think each to their own, isn't it? And I mean, Han's another one who's been down many England camp. Paige as well, Ash as well. Like, she was in my team a good few times. So it really is nice to see people choosing different paths.
And what would it mean for you personally? Like you said, your mom's from Scotland. For you to, play on the world stage with Scotland, like, how do you think you would feel stepping out onto the pitch for the first time representing Scotland?
Oh, it'd be amazing. I think I got a taster from camp, and they've got many class individuals there. And I mean, football world's just getting better, isn't it? And different people coming through the systems. But yeah, that's definitely something that my mum, my gran would all be so proud of. My gran from Scotland, she's always the one messaging me every week. She literally likes every single thing that Leicester put on Facebook. She's one of them type of grans. Like, notice me, I'm Kirstie's gran. But yeah, I think that's definitely my ambition now.
You'll get there. You're gonna be there. We're gonna see you at the next World Cup. I'm manifesting it right now with how like phenomenally you have been. This isn't me just like sucking up to you by any means. Like, you are genuinely a phenomenal player. So it's absolutely gonna happen.
Thank you very much, Han.
So, like, what goes through your mind as a goalkeeper? Because we kind of talked about like that whole Sam Kerr save, and Sam Kerr is a hard player to block in general. Like, not many people can keep her out. And I don't like, did it go off your face? Was it off your hands? Like, what was going through your mind in that situation? But also, like, anytime you make any type of save, whether it's like a penalty or like anything, I feel like it would be just such a blur.
I think the main things are always in the back of my mind. My dad used to always say to me, just throw yourself, like, just get yourself in any position. Like, a lot of goalkeepers get told don't need to be in the perfect position, but there's actually no perfect position as such to make a save. So it's kind of, I think the main thing is just having fast feet, getting across that goal and getting any body part in the way that you can. And I did put my hands up, really don't know how it came through my hands. It hit me on the head, and then I think I stayed down because it did send me like a little bit like whoa. And then I was like, oh my God, I just saved that. And then I remember Ash coming over, like smashing me on the back, and I'm like, we're still in this. Like, so I was buzzing with that. And you can see the passion from some of the girls, can't you? Especially the defenders when that happens, and things like that. So yeah, always buzzing to do things like that. But yeah, I think they're the main things for a save: fast feet and just throw yourself, get any body part in the way, and you're in with a good chance of saving something.
It's unbelievable to see, because some of the saves you make are just insane. I think with the way the balls came towards you, some of them I'd be straight ducking out the way or protecting my face, but you seem to just throw everything at it, and it's great to see.
I think as well on that, I've got to give huge credit to our goalie coach Tony. The work that goes in our goalie sessions, like there's days where we have the rebound net out, or the best thing's the ball. It's a ball shooter. You just keep loading it with balls, and it randomizes where it hits target, things like that. So you've got to practice all type of shots. You can't just go in goal and sort of just work on low ones or work on high ones. You've just got to have a mixture. And I think that the best time to make your mistakes is in training. It sounds cliche, but I think that once you've sort of trained yourself to be in all those different scenarios, you're going to face them in a game. So it kind of is a saying that is so true, and it's kind of like, train how you are going to play. Definitely.
That's like, we always talk about on the show, is that every single goalkeeper for Leicester is just amazing at what they do. like we're seeing it with Demi right now, and we've seen it with Sophie as well, and obviously we see it with you. So we're always asking, like, what is Tony doing to get these goalkeepers to be making these stops? And so I was wondering, like, as a goalkeeper, do you find that each of you kind of have like your own individual playing style, like not just from everyone in Leicester, but also like everyone in the league? Do you find that, like, because we see it with strikers a lot, you know, some are like selfish, some aren't, some like to be a little cheeky, some don't. With goalkeepers, do you find that you have your own individual way of doing things?
I think, yeah, definitely. I think we all have different. So for example, I think that on warm-up day, on match day, I'm someone who likes it to be like pretty intense, pretty hyper. I think that just gets me ready for the game. I think Dem has a bit of more a laid-back approach, but still quite high intensity. And I think Soph as well. She's someone who she's a chilled person as it is, so she likes to take things quite mellow. And then there's other things like we all have different individual strengths, so we know the type of things that we do need to work on. I think Soph's biggest attribute is probably a 1v1 saves. So we've got good blocks and things like that. Dem's really good at coming for high balls, crosses, things like that. And then the thing that I enjoy most is probably close range reaction shots, and I love playing with my feet. Like, I love just trying to distribute a ball in many different ways. But like you say, throughout the league, there is no goalkeeper that's the same. When you come up against them, you're having to in team analysis, you're sort of having to say, like, we have to pick out their weaknesses to kind of try and target that in a game, so for us to score. So yeah, it's really interesting actually, to see the variety of them.
Mm-hmm.
Kirsty, is there much analysis done of strikers for you? So for certain strikers, do you kind of think they're going to go left or right, or is it kind of just pot luck and you just try and get your body in the way?
I think we really did try it out as like a sort of trial in terms of getting information on the strikers, but I think there's times, isn't there, where you can just get that much information that sort of you lose focus of the main task. So I think we're just at a point where you know about them, don't you? So for example, when you play Sam and Frank here, things like that, you know they're going to have a good link up. You know that if Fran's probably batting on a 1-on and Sam next to her, she's probably going to do that unselfish pass to Sam and things like that. So it kind of is just knowing sort of what they've done in the past and who they are. So yeah, I would say it's more that type of thing, and out for the type of shot that they have, trying to prepare.
And just kind of talking about analysis and like statistics and all that type of stuff, what do you think people should look at most when they're looking at a goalkeeper? Because I know, like, if we look at stats, the stats are all about the saves made or clean sheets. But do you think like performance should be taken into account a bit more?
Yeah, definitely. Because my argument is that the lower the league surely face more shots. So teams above, so the likes of City, Chelsea, Arsenal's, their goalkeepers are probably facing not that many saves a game, but then the clean sheet and things like that are probably congratulated. But then when it comes to us getting a clean sheet, things like that, it's a massive deal. Because I think teams like us, we do face a lot of shots in a game. So I think it's huge credit to whoever is in goal on the day for us at Leicester. And I know as well that Dem as well just got 2 clean sheets on the bombs recently. So I'm happy for her doing that. And yeah, long may it continue.
So obviously you've been injured, you're coming back. It was great to see you back on the training ground again. Obviously you were saying about your tan. Have you been on holiday?
No, I think for game day, I tried a new tan out, and you know it's not the best to do it for game day, is it, when the photographer's there and like a massive mark along my jawline? But I had to just get on with it, and a few of the girls saying I've been on holiday, and they're a jokey bunch, aren't they? But No, I just believe that when I'm feeling good and I've got a bit of a tan, then yeah, life's good then.
That's good. And how's the recovery going?
It's going well actually. Today I completed my first full session, so I was back in training last week in the goalie session, which I've missed so much. It's actually crazy. It really makes you what's the word? It really makes you like realise sort of how much you have missed it and things like that. But today, completed the full session with the outfield players, and I've really missed it. And it's just nice to see, when you come up and they're like, oh, it's nice to have you back, and all that type of thing just makes you want to push on. I know I've still got a lot of work to do, but I'm just happy now to be back fully involved with the team, and hoping to go forward and get many more wins with the team.
Yeah, I think as a fan, we're looking forward to seeing you back. I think the last time I saw you, you were shivering to death at Burton.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely freezing at that stadium. So yeah, much rather be on the pitch if possible. But yeah, happy to do what I need to do.
Yeah, and it's good to see you back.
Thank you very much.
It's really good. As soon as I saw those pictures, I was like, yes. And then we were talking one day and you mentioned it. I was like, yes. So it's really awesome that you're on like that comeback. And they always say like, the comeback is always way better than the setback. So it's going to be exciting to see you back.
Yeah, I was really believing in that quote actually when I was spending many days in the gym, and I must have been driving Aidan, the sports scientist, up the wall, because I'm just such an impatient person, and that's always been in me. Like I as soon as that operation was done, I've honestly asked Aidan every week, like, when am I back in training? Can I be back in training now? But it was like a 6 to 8 week sort of thing, and even longer, because like all COVID and all that stuff that went on. So I'm just buzzing, and it feels like we've actually really progressed and climbed a mountain to get to where we are now. But yeah, so happy to just be able to sort of progress from here.
That's just genuinely so good to hear. So I'm so happy for you, and we're so excited to see you come back. And we've seen you post some videos at training. You had your teammates do the jerk. Where was yours?
So obviously at the time, it's quite funny really, because I had them do that when I was on crutches, so I couldn't show them my really embarrassing jerk. But Paige made me do it in the gym the other day, and I was so adamant that I'd be able to do that because it looks so easy, and I was taking the mick out of all them. And then I will not be posting mine, no way. I look like I'm skipping backwards.
That's what it is though. You just skip backwards.
It is, but it just does not look right. So yeah, if anything, I could compare myself to probably Jess or Tash on that, because wow, woeful.
I was gonna say, was it worse than Jess's? Because like when I messaged you, I was like, Jess looks like she's like trying to swim back up to the surface.
You know what? It was not worse than Jess's. Oh god,
that's awesome. That content always like it's just perfect. We see that stuff come out and we're like, yeah, that's great. Because I think I even like put a tweet out about it once because West Ham did it. And I was like, where's Leicester's? And then sure enough, like you ended up doing it later on. So like, yes. But I'm glad you exposed some of them.
Yeah, I know. I think some of them thought it'd be much easier than it was, but Paige, she's a natural. I think Lashante would have been able to do it if she wasn't on crutches and things like that. But that's just our team in general. They're always up for a laugh, always up to do something. So yeah, it is a really good environment to be in, definitely.
So I'm curious, since we're talking about your teammates, which one of your teammates would you never want to have replace you in goal? Like I'm looking at like a Janine Becky against Colombia situation where she had to go in goal.
Yeah.
Who would you not want in?
Well, you know what? Paige done a sidewinder the other day, them volleys, and you don't really see many female goalkeepers who have actually got that in the locker. Never mind someone who isn't a goalkeeper. And I was like a bit like, what's going on here? Because she shocked me. But I'm going to give it to Tash Flint. I always say this. We played small siders once, and Tash went in goal, borrowed my gloves. I played a striker, and Tash did not concede for that whole session. She was coming for crosses. The one annoying thing that she kept doing, and I think this is a striker thing, she'd get the ball and start dribbling through the team. Like that's something you play like the PlayStation, isn't it? And I just thought, right, pass the ball. But that's just Tash all over. And yeah, I'm gonna say Tash. Yeah.
So she would be the best in goal?
Yes, she would be the best
Who
in
would you
goal.
not want to see in goal?
Who would I not want to see in goal?
Yeah.
Oh God, Georgia Brown. She is someone who would definitely, like, I think someone would shoot and she'd turn her back 100%. Yeah, not at all would she stand there like or dive. I couldn't see her diving either.
That's right. I do the same. So I can't say anything about her. I would do the exact same.
Yeah, no, someone like Molly Pike. I couldn't even see Abby McManus in goal, to be honest. I think she'd throw a little slide tackle in instead of diving. But yeah, nothing else.
What about like Ash? She's got long legs and long arms. I feel like she'd cover a lot.
I think, see, that's what I'm saying. I think Ash, Paige, Tash, they'd all give it a good go in goal. So yeah, Ash wouldn't have to move much, would she?
Now that you've named everyone you don't want in goal, if any of them come on the show after this, we're gonna have to tell them.
We'll actually put them through the paces in a goalie session happily, because all the players always say they'd love to do a goalie session, and I'd really love to see some of them have a sort of throw themselves on the floor or just dive for the ball. That would be quite entertaining.
I think it has to be done now.
Yeah, I do.
So I think away from football, Kirsty, we always ask these questions. Some of them get some strange responses, I'll say.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with the easy ones. What's your guilty pleasure on Netflix?
Too Hot to Handle is what I'm watching at the moment. I'm really into reality TV, and some people are like, "Oh, it's all fake," but sorry, you can't just make yourself cry like that. I don't believe it. I don't believe. And I'm really interested by other people's relationships, which can come across quite strange, but like, I don't know. It's good to see how people handle things and deal with stuff like that. So yeah.
Reality TV is like the good stuff. That's where you get like the genuine drama.
I agree. I completely agree. I think things like Geordie Shore and stuff like that, like, yeah, that's my go-to always, definitely.
That actually came up recommended to me the other day, so it's funny that you mentioned that. Like both Jersey Shore and the UK one.
Yeah, love stuff like that.
That's the good stuff, absolutely. Sorry, I thought James was about to say something. One thing we do on the show is that we have a playlist, and everyone recommends a song for the playlist. So what song are you nominating? Ah, there it is. Thank you, James. That's what you're doing.
Right, okay. I'm saying, you know the Ed Sheeran song, and it's like Peru, Pera. Oh, I don't actually know how it goes, but I think it's just called Peru.
Right now.
Yeah, but you know what? That's just quite a chilled song that I like. If I was to put a song on this playlist, what would I put on? Probably something like The Script, The Man Who Can't Be Moved, or something like that.
And we're getting a lot of variety on this playlist.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, it is Peru. I just found it, so you're right.
I like that. It's quite like, I don't know, it gives me like tropical vibes or something.
You like you like tropical type stuff? Do you tend to like travel to areas like that?
I'd love to travel after football and things like that. But I'm quite into maybe like dance, pop music, so an R&B. But I do like chilled music now and again, and Adele bringing out a new album and things like that. Love that. So
that was a good album.
Yeah, really good. Really got in the feels.
And the question which everyone hates, if you're on a desert island, which teammate would you want to take with you?
I'm gonna say I'd take Jess Sigsworth just to annoy the life out of her. I don't. You know what? Yeah, I'd take Jess for her fun side, but I'd also need to take someone like Ash who's actually gonna keep me alive out there. Do you know what I mean? Like someone like Ash really uses her brain, and there's just something about that girl that she just got good knowledge of a lot of things. Whereas Jess, on the other hand, I think me and her'd be sunbathing, get heat stroke. We'd be on it. Like that girl can definitely tan. Let me tell you. But yeah, someone like that. It would have to be someone like Jess or Tash, just to have fun with and keep yourself alive out there. Yeah.
When we had Sam on, she turned it on to us, kind of which player would you want to be on the desert island with that you've not met? And I said you, and she said that I'd kill you within 2 hours.
Feels wait till I see her training tomorrow. You know what, Sam as well. Someone like Sam, I think she's quite a quirky character and really enjoy conversation with Sam. So Sam, you know what, Sam's up there. Sam would be probably second, third pick. He's coming along too. Yeah.
So Sam revealed a lot to us on the show actually, and she said that someone's stealing toiletries at training.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, face like you know something.
I seen a comment underneath saying was definitely Kirstie Levell, and I was thinking, no, my hat. Right, so now someone's robbed my hat and I'm not having it. I went out to training the other day shivering, so if they see this, then yeah, I was really cold that day. And I told all the goalkeepers, and then I've had Demi Lambourne tell me that the deodorant's gone missing. So now I've actually got someone who's making their own shopping basket around training of our stuff.
They have a whole wardrobe going. They got Ash's socks, your hat.
So you're looking for someone that's got well-conditioned hair, smells nice, got your hat on, and Ash's socks.
Yeah, I know. It's not on, is it?
That's weird. Like we're like so like intrigued now. We're like, we have to get to the bottom of this. And when I put the tweet out, I was hoping that someone would say something, and no one did. So I was like, all right, you all look guilty, but you've cleared your image. It's not you. You're a victim as well of.
Yeah. I'm a victim of this crime, and I'm honestly just waiting for someone to put the hat on, and that's it. That's them. Then I'll tell you exactly who it is.
We absolutely, we have to hear about who it is if you find this out. I wonder if it's like in the movies or when they're like accusing someone of like taking something that belongs to them, but they actually had it the whole time. They just like misplaced it.
Mm-hmm. So well, you know what? Yeah. Every person that you speak to about this, please get them to name someone, because I'm gonna name Paige. I'm telling you now, it's Paige Bailey Gale.
Why do you think it's Paige?
I honestly don't know. I just think so. She's not really in our changing room. We've got 3 different change rooms, and she comes in now and again, and she steals the speaker. So I always see her creeping out with the speaker. She comes in to use the hot tub and the ice baths and things like that. And I just don't know. She's moving about a little bit shady around the place, and yeah, I just don't know what she's up to. So I'm blaming Paige.
I think the amount of stuff that goes missing, someone's locker must be full of all this stuff.
I know.
It's like a pack rat when you find like behind one of your walls a whole bunch of your missing stuff.
And when you're going to open someone's door and it's all going to come flooding out, I know it is. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear this. I feel like we have to start like a whole like docu-series, like a true crime series on this right now, because the details that we're getting. Sam didn't know anyone though, so I don't think she did. Did she, James? She didn't say who she thought it was.
Sorry, you broke up, Hannah.
Oh, I could tell my connection's going down. Sam didn't say who she thought it was or anything, did she?
No, she just said that she was getting her team on it. We've not heard anything since.
Oh God, so yeah, she's a little FBI. Yeah.
We have to ask everyone now who they think it is.
Well, we've got one suspect now, so we're a step ahead.
Get them to name. because needs to be happening.
We're gonna get Paige on the show, and she's just gonna start defending herself.
They're the guilty ones, I'm telling you now. Yeah.
Do you have any other suspicions, or it's just Paige? Like, you're going for Paige?
I'm just looking around that change room, and I'm just thinking, why would anyone else have a motive to do it? Do you know what I mean? They just wouldn't. What Gemma Payfield's pretty stocked up. Sophie Howard's pretty stocked up. I've seen the shower gels, face washes. They've got everything there. So just don't believe it could be them. Yeah. It's really hard to say, but I'm sticking to Paige. She's my only suspect.
If she comes on this show in your hat, we'll know it is.
Exactly.
She just has like deodorant lined up behind her. That'd be amazing. We'll have to get her on now. Just like reach out to her and be like, "Hey, you've been accused of crimes. Would you like to come clear your image on the show?"
Yeah. I'm not even going to tell her about this either. So I hope that, I don't know if she sees it or not, but when she next speaks to you, I think she'll be on the defensive role. Definitely.
It'd be quite funny. She's been doing this for years and got like a room in a house that's just full of everything that she's stole over the years.
I know.
Everyone's gonna have an alibi now. So you've obviously haven't been able to play recently. So how have you been spending your time off? Just hanging out?
Yeah, chilling. I've really been taking. I think one thing that I didn't really do the best I could of is recovery days. So I would kind of always wanting to do something. I'd go to the arcades, the cinema. Like, I'd always want to do something like that. But now I'm kind of realising just how important it is that just sit, chill, and get your feet up. That's something that I've really learned that I need to do, is just chill out sometimes and stop being so on the go sort of thing. And I think it's really helped. I've been on the game ready quite a lot. That's one. It's like a big ice machine, and that was just to reduce the swelling of my knee and things like that. Wearing compression tights. So yeah, I've kind of just been chilling. I walk the dog, and sort of just any TV shows that I need to catch up on really and then I'll also watch Huddleback the next day. And yeah, just watch what I've just watched the day before really, but sort of analyse it a bit better and things like that, which I do enjoy doing, especially for my position. I think that's the best way to learn.
Sorry, my connection keeps dropping.
I thought you were saying something, so I didn't speak. Kirsty, it's been great having you on. I know that you're busy, so we'll let you go, but it's been absolutely amazing. Really insightful to hear about your style of play and also your personal life and how that's going. So thanks for coming on. It's been really, really great.
No, that's no problem at all. I think I'm on Sophie Howard soon. She's cooking me tea tonight. And yeah.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, I think she'll make me a chicken burger. So she knows anyone whose house I go to for tea, they always say to me, "What do you want?" And it's got to be something to do with chicken. I don't know what it is, but yeah, every single night. So Soph knows me well, and I'm sure she'll produce the goods tonight.
I love chicken.
On that, Kirsty, I have seen that McDonald's are doing Big Macs with chicken now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, instead of the beef patties, there's 2 chicken burgers in there.
Oh, wow. I might have to get down there then soon for that. Yeah, brilliant.
After this, I'm just going to grab a chicken burger. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come on. It was really great to finally get to chat with you. So thank you for taking the time.
Thank you very much. No problem at all.
And thank you. Oh, so sorry.
No, it's okay. Just saying I enjoyed the questions and giving you a bit of insight into what I get up to, sort of thing.
Yeah, it was awesome hearing everything that you had to say. So, like, genuinely, we enjoy every single interview we do, but this one was really fun talking to you. So thank you so much as well to everyone who took the time to watch and who continued to support the channel and our content. If you haven't joined the Supporters Club, get on joining the Supporters Club. They have a section in the King Power where you can join them. Her game 2 is, I'm still learning this. Her Game Too is a great campaign. You can check out all of their stuff on their social medias, and make sure you check out Memphis. James, I know we have some stuff in the works again for the event that we had in the past, so we look forward to getting some more details out about that soon. So check out all of their socials and go support them if you can. And thank you again to Kirsty for coming on, and thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you.